Wow.
And then, what, ball? Reeboks or ball? Yeah.
Bob, you excited? You excited? Bob, you want to go?
Yeah. All right, can everybody hear me okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. So before we get going, a couple of quick little safety things. Please make sure that you are seated at all times, as well as please keep arms and legs inside the train at all times, as we do pass quite close to some fences, gates, and bushes. With that, though, we're going to get started here. The last thing I need from you guys is a great big choo-choo to kick off this train ride. So can I hear a big choo-choo? Awesome. Alrighty, so my name is Maddie, and next to me is Delaney, and we welcome you aboard the Kinsman Express 2.
Yeah.
Our first enclosure is going to be on the left side of us, and this is our raptor-raised house. Closest to us, we have our barn owl, and she has a white, fish-like face. And she's hanging out in her back little barn there. And on the other side, we have our red-tailed hawk, Reggie and Mrs. Reggie. They just got married earlier this spring, so make sure you go and stop by and congratulate the happy couple. If you were to walk down the path coming up on the left side of us, that is where you would find our Affinity Learning Center. On the outside, we have Rocket, our raccoon, as well as Needles, our North American porcupine. On the inside, you'll find a set of washrooms, as well as some fun reptiles and amphibians. On the right side of us here, we have our fallow deer enclosure. These guys come in 3 different colors. We have white, brown, and black. These guys are native to Granian area, but they're mostly extinct in the wild, so you'll normally find them in zoos and on game preserves. Coming over to the left side of us, that is where you'll find our snow leopard Cassie. Cassie is 17 years old. He came to us from Edmonton, but they're originally native to Central Asia in the Himalayas. He's a little bit grumpy when it rains, so you'll normally see him hiding underneath the little wooden structure in his enclosure so that he stays nice and dry. Cassie definitely prefers the snow to the rain here because he has a pelt of fur that is perfectly made for the snow. His tail is as long as his body, so he can use it as a scarf and wrap it around his body to keep him warm. On the left here, we have our Lions Event Pavilion. This is where we have all of our events at the zoo. In the summer, we have our Investigation Station, where we'll have a bunch of fun animal artifacts and games. It's not open just yet, but hopefully starting in the beginning of July, we'll have that open for you all.
Bye.
Coming over to the right side of us, we have our prairie butterfly house. We have a bunch of different types of butterflies in there. We have some native and some exotic species. Remember though to please stay on the given path, as well as to please do not touch your butterflies, as their wings are very fragile, and butterflies rely on their wings to keep them nice and healthy. In the blue center of our butterfly house here, you'll be able to see our butterfly nursery. You'll see them hatch from their chrysalis, as well as some butterflies whose wings are just drying. When a butterfly hatches from their chrysalis, they do need to fly out their wings so they are able to fly. So if you see any with a crinkly wing, don't you worry, they have just freshly hatched from their chrysalis. The long enclosure on the left side of us is only home to our elk. It appears we have a wild keeper in there instead at the moment. But on the right side of us coming up, we have our black-tailed prairie dogs. These guys get their name from the black tip of their tail and their dog-like bark. There's about 13 of them, but see how many you can spot. They get their name. I just said that. Kidding. These guys are a stone species, which means that they are super important for their ecosystem. So when their population declined, we also saw a decline in the black-footed ferret population and the burrowing owl population. And when the prairie dog population began to climb again, so did the other 2 species. On the right, we also have the geese. You might also be able to take a sneak peek at our Kuni pigs there. We've got 2 of them. We have Tua, our male, and Kuna, our female. Tua has some more black spots on his body, and Musukuna is a more solid gingery color. Those guys are native to New Zealand, and Kuni directly translates to fat and round, so they are the fat and round pigs. Immediately on the left side of us, white one. Our white bison gets his coloring because he is crossbred with a Charolais cow.
The bison, it's maybe it's old now.
And then on the right here, we can get a
crossbred
better look
Charolais
at
cow.
our piggies.
It's half cow, half
How
bison.
many years? How old?
I don't know how that was. But I remember when it was born, it's like
A fun fact about our bison is it is different than a buffalo. There is a species in Africa and Asia that is called the buffalo, but here their scientific name is actually bison, and they have another subspecies which is called bison. Here in Portugal, we call these guys a bison as well. Over on the right side of us, though, we have our bighorn sheep. We have our male looking at us all funny there. He's got those big round curly horns on his head, and he's called a ram. And then we have our females with the smaller horns on their head, or sometimes no horn at all. And they are called an ewe. But I promise, they're not gross. They just look a little bit scruffy because they're still shedding their winter coats. Coming up on the right side of us, we're going to see our mountain goats in just a moment. We have 3 of them here. We have Temple, Whitney, and Edith Cavall, and they're named after 3 Canadian Rocky Mountains. They are looking a little bit fluffy and scruffy looking, and that's because they're still shedding their winter coats. It takes all summer for these ladies to fully shed their winter coats, so they'll be nice and fluffy for us. If you walk down the path coming up on the right side of us, you can get a better look at the mountain goats as well as our male pygmy goats Elton and Jet and our new Turkish Morcor Everest. Over on the left side of us coming up, you'll see our pronghorn. These guys are a unique species as they are not related to any goat, deer, sheep, or antelope. We actually do not have antelope here in North America, and their closest living relative is a giraffe. Pronghorn are also able to sprint up to 100 kilometers an hour, which makes them the second fastest land animal in the world, next to the cheetah. Down the path on the left of us, where you can have a better view of our pronghorns, well, if you go all the way down, you'll find our pond area. Up the hill to the left side of us, though, is where you can find the woodland caribou, also known as our reindeers. Reindeer are the only species of deer where both male and female grow antlers. We have 3 males and 3 females, but good luck telling those guys apart. Walking a little bit past them, you'll be able to spot our zebras. We have 3 of those guys. We have Missy, Shadow, and Marty. Coming on the right side of us, we have our great horned owls. So we have Dumbledore at the very tippy top, and then we have Bubo over to the left side.
Go ahead in there. Go ahead in there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
See?
Go ahead.
Yeah, you look.
Go ahead. Hi. Hi. Mommy, eat. Mommy.
Also known as our reindeer.
No. I know how to scare you now. We're spiders in school.
Yes. Yeah, let's do
You don't listen.
I'm scared. I'm scared now. I'm fully. I'm actually
You guys find some good critters.
scared now.
Everybody's scared.
I'm scared of the dark.
I'm scared.
Rope. Yeah. Oo, sige. Let's see, Bob.
Oh, they're fine. See, they come out of.
Where did they go?
Daddy said, this one, can you take your butter?
That was him.
Pete, that was actually me. With a piece of paper.
Oh, that's what they eat leaves.
Hey, Bob.
See? They eat leaves.
There you go.
Please stay, Danny, ha?
Oh, that's good.
Please.
Hi.
Hi.
What's up there?
Yeah, I want to take a picture.
What's up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that's a ball python.
As long as you're in
Tristan, she's on the other side.
behind cages.
Oh,
Hey, Tristan want one of that for a bag?
yeah. You know why they call these poison dart frogs, Maria?
What?
Because